It all started on a sweltering Tuesday morning in the bustling town of Accra. The air was thick with the aroma of jollof rice and fried plantains, mingling with the cacophony of honking trotros and the chatter of market women. Children in crisp uniforms scurried to school, their laughter echoing through the narrow streets. Mama Adwoa, her forehead glistening with sweat, flipped kelawheel at her roadside stand, the sizzle of plantains competing with the persistent honking of impatient drivers. Suddenly, a hush fell over the crowded junction. A new face appeared, causing heads to turn and conversations to halt mid-sentence. She was tall, with skin the color of honey and curves that defied gravity. Her hips swayed hypnotically as she walked, drawing every eye in the vicinity. But it wasn't just her physical appearance that commanded attention. There was something different about her. The stranger wore a vibrant Kent cloth wrapped tightly around her voluptuous figure, the colors so bright they seemed to glow in the morning sun. In her hand, she clutched a large, leather-bound book, its edges worn and pages yellowed with age. But most striking of all was the third eye that sat in the center of her forehead, unblinking and all-seeing. As she passed by, she greeted everyone by name, her voice as smooth as shea butter. "Good morning, Kwesi," she said to the fruit seller, who nearly dropped a pile of mangoes in shock. "Akua, those beads look lovely on you," she complimented a woman who had only purchased them the night before. Even Nana Kojo, the grumpy old man who sat in front of his house scowling at passers-by, received a warm meta wa ase from the mysterious woman. The town buzzed with whispers and speculation. Who was she? How did she know everyone's name? And what secrets lay hidden behind that mesmerizing third eye? Some found her charming, others unsettling, but all agreed on one thing. This woman, who called herself Amma, knew far too much for comfort. As the sun began to set, casting long shadows across the dusty streets, Amma made her way to the heart of the town. She settled herself beneath an ancient baobab tree, its gnarled branches reaching towards the darkening sky. With graceful movements, she opened her mysterious book and began to write, her pen scratching against the paper in a rhythmic dance. Curious onlookers gathered, drawn by the enigma of this strange woman and her all-knowing gaze. Kwabena, the town's most notorious gossip, came running, his eyes wide with excitement. "You won't believe what I've discovered," he shouted, waving a crumpled piece of paper in the air. The crowd turned, momentarily distracted from Alma and her book. Kwabena's revelation was shocking indeed. It seemed that the respected chief's son, Kofi, had been embezzling funds from the community center. Gasps of disbelief rippled through the gathering. How could this be? Kofi was always so generous, so involved in community projects. As the whispers grew louder, all eyes turned back to Alma. Surely, with her mysterious knowledge, she must have known about this betrayal. But the woman simply sat, a small smile playing on her lips as she continued to write in her book. Days passed, and Alma became a fixture in the town. Each morning, she would appear at the junction, greeting everyone by name and seeming to know their deepest secrets. She wore a different outfit each day, each more eye-catching than the last. One day, it was a flowing gown in the colors of the Ghanaian flag, the next a modern twist on traditional Kent cloth. The townspeople grew both fascinated and fearful of Alma's presence. Some sought her out, hoping to gain insight into their problems or learn the secrets of their neighbors. Others avoided her, uncomfortable with the idea that their private lives might be an open book to this strange woman. As curiosity and tension mounted, a group of young men decided to take matters into their own hands. Led by the hot-headed Ya, they planned to confront Alma and demand answers. Who was she really? What was her purpose in their town? On a moonlit night, they approached her as she sat beneath the baobab tree, her book open on her lap. Ya stepped forward, his voice shaking slightly despite his bravado. "We want to know who you are and why you're here," he demanded. Alma looked up, her third eye seeming to pierce through to their very souls. For a moment, silence hung heavy in the air. Then, to everyone's surprise, she laughed. It was a warm, rich sound that seemed to dispel the tension. "My dear friends," she said, her voice filled with warmth, "I am simply a mirror, reflecting the truths you all carry within yourselves. My purpose is not to expose or judge, but to help you see the beauty and complexity of your own lives. With those words, she stood and opened her book wide. To their amazement, the pages began to glow, projecting images into the night sky. The townspeople saw themselves reflected in those pages, their joys, their sorrows, their secret hopes and fears. Tears flowed freely as people recognized moments from their own lives. They saw acts of kindness they had forgotten, moments of courage they had dismissed. But they also saw their mistakes, their moments of weakness and selfishness. As the images faded, Amma spoke again. Every person in this town carries a story worth telling, a secret worth keeping, and a truth worth sharing. My gift is to see these stories, but it is up to you to write the next chapters. With those words, she closed her book and began to walk away. The crowd parted, watching in awe as she moved through their midst. Just before she disappeared into the shadows, she turned back one last time. "Remember," she said, her third eye glowing softly in the darkness. "The greatest secret of all is the power of compassion and understanding. Use it wisely." And with that, she was gone, leaving behind a town forever changed by her presence. The people of Accra looked at each other with new eyes, seeing beyond the surface to the rich tapestry of stories that connected them all. In the days that followed, a new spirit of openness and community blossomed in the town. People began to share their stories, their struggles, and their triumphs. The chief's son, Kofi, confessed to his wrongdoing and worked to make amends. Nana Kojo, the grumpy old man, revealed a hidden talent for storytelling and began entertaining children with tales of old Ghana. As for Amma and her mysterious book, they became the stuff of legend. Some say she still walks the streets of Ghana, appearing in towns and villages to remind people of the power of their own stories. Others believe she was a spirit sent to teach a lesson about the importance of empathy and understanding. But all agree on one thing. In a world where secrets can divide us, sometimes it takes a stranger with a third eye to help us truly see each other. In the days that followed, the town of Accra was never the same. Old friendships crumbled, new alliances formed. Some found freedom in having their secrets exposed, while others retreated into shame. But everyone, from the smallest child to the eldest elder, learned a valuable lesson about the weight of secrets and the power of truth. And sometimes, on quiet nights when the harmattan wind whispers through the streets, people swear they can hear the rustle of pages turning, as if Adwoa and her golden book are still watching, still recording, still knowing everyone's secrets. But the greatest mystery remains. Who was Adwoa? Where did she come from? And what secrets of her own did she keep hidden? If you enjoyed this tale of mystery and intrigue, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more captivating stories from the heart of Ghana. Share your thoughts on your favorite scene or line in the comments below. And remember, in a world where everyone's secrets are known, the most powerful person is the one who can keep their own.